High winds snapping power lines, causing power flashes, as you see there, all over Key West. This was just earlier this morning, and we already have widespread outages being reported. We are going to talk to someone live from Key West in just a short while, and this morning we've got more than 250,000 Floridians in the dark, even across the southern part of the peninsula. That number is expected to grow, of course. So Irma, as I mentioned, back to a Category 4. You can see the winds right now as of the latest advisory, 5 o'clock this morning, 130 miles per hour. That's in the eye wall surrounding the center. So the pressure has been falling, so we've been seeing the winds basically going up, and it's moving toward the northwest at 8 miles per hour. Ever since that eye came back out over the water north of Cuba, we were fearful that this would happen, that it would do some re-strengthening, and that's exactly what we've seen take place. So over the last 24 hours, yeah, we were very close to a Cat 5 this time yesterday, but then we did see, of course, the interaction with land over the north coast of Cuba. That actually weakened it to a Cat 3 for a time yesterday afternoon, and now, of course, in the purple. Look at this. It's not too often you see this. Almost the entire state of Florida, at least the whole peninsula there, under hurricane warning showing up in the purple. And there you see the tropical storm conditions that could be felt as far north as Atlanta, Georgia. And Greg, you've got much more on what Irma is going to be doing in the next few hours.
Yeah, I mean, the center of Irma is closing in right now on the Florida Keys. We've already seen some wind gusts over 90 miles per hour in and around the Key West area. But the really, really nasty stuff, winds over 100, are closing in, and they will be there in a matter of hours, I would say. There's the center. You can see that thing pretty well identified on the satellite pictures, swirling around here, right in there. And overall, the presentation on the satellite suggests this is a very powerful hurricane, even trying to regain some of the strength that it lost yesterday over Cuba. It is a very powerful hurricane right in there, and the strongest of all the winds, not surprisingly, are located or co-located with those darkest purples and reds, where the strongest of all the thunderstorms are. Here's sort of a look at some of those top wind gusts that we found. 94 miles per hour just to the east of Key West, 84 at the Weather Service office there on Key West, 58 and 70 here, far removed from where the center of circulation is. That's one of the more important things to remember, that you are going to see hurricane-force wind gusts eventually in Miami and places points north, far removed from where the center of Irma goes. This is a very large storm with tropical storm force sustained winds and hurricane force gusts extending out over 100 miles away from the center. But check this out on the satellite picture. This is a ferocious eye wall right in there. This is where 100+ mile per hour winds are closing in on Marathon Key, and they will be there, as I said, in the next probably 2 hours or so. It's only the leading edge of that northern eye wall, about 15 miles south of the Keys, and it will be there shortly as the system moves on at about 8 to 10 miles per hour. So overall, conditions are going to get worse in the Keys very rapidly, and they are getting worse over parts of southern Florida.